Topping this week's news, Roger Federer continues to struggle through the season, and tennis was hit with a major doping violation in the ATP. Hey tennis fans, I'm Lana Maciel, and welcome to the Tennis Now News Update. Serbia's Viktor Troicki was slammed with an 18-month suspension for failing to provide a blood sample during a random drug test at the Rolex Monte Carlo Masters in April. Troicki cited illness as a reason for not giving the blood sample at the time, but he did submit it the next morning and it came back negative. He is appealing the suspension on grounds that there was some sort of miscommunication or even wrongdoing on the part of the doping official. He issued a statement saying, quote, "I was selected for urine and blood tests after the match and went to the doping control station after showering and stretching. I gave the urine samples and told the doctor I was feeling really bad and I believed that drawing blood would make me feel even worse. I always feel awful when I need to draw blood, and that day I was scared I would end up in the hospital. The doctor in charge of testing told me that I looked very pale and ill, and that I could skip the test if I wrote an explanation letter to ITF about it. She dictated the letter to me and let me go without giving blood. I am clean and always will be clean throughout my career. I just had the wrong doctor who didn't tell me at all that I was risking. She showed me a letter of the ITF saying she is in charge of the decisions and I trusted her completely. Pending the results of Troicki's appeal, the ITF suspension is effective until January 24th, 2015. Well, it looks like it's back to the drawing board for Roger Federer and his new prototype racket. As the top seed in wildcard in Gstaad this past week, Federer lost in the second round to number 55, Daniel Brands. This not long after he lost to Federico Del Bonis in the semifinals of Hamburg. Of course, it's easy to blame the racket change, but you could also consider the fact that he was having back problems, or that clay isn't exactly his best surface. And then there's the age issue and the question of whether Roger's game is in decline. Time will tell what happens as he heads into the home stretch of the season. On the upside, at least Roger got a gift out of his trip to Gstaad when the tournament presented him with another cow as a thank you for participating. Strange gifters, those Swiss. Rafael Nadal is spending his summer not on the tennis court, but taking a few vacations for some much needed time off. After a post-Wimbledon trip to Mexico with his girlfriend, Nadal was spotted cruising the high seas off the coast of Mallorca, Spain, on Wednesday with good friend Carlos Moya. My guess is he was making the most of every free moment he had this summer before getting back to training. His first event back to the tour starts in Montreal on August 2nd. And we'll close out with the Bryan brothers giving their rendition of Tennis Through the Ages in their latest Esurance commercial. Take a look at their blast from the past tennis impersonations.
Over the last 100 years, tennis has gotten a lot less dainty. Rackets less splintery, courts more surface-y. Technology made the game a whole lot faster and awesomer. It's kind of like how Esurance used technology to build a car insurance company for the modern world. Advantage you. Let's give it up for the modern world. Or that works. Esurance, proud sponsor of the US Open. Check out Esurance on Facebook.
That's all for this week. What are your thoughts on Viktor Troicki's suspension? And how do you think Roger Federer will recover this season? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. We'll see you next week here on Tennis Now News.